Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the SAP IP Business Talks. This week, the third time on Wednesday. So we have a lot to do. We have a lot to say. We have a lot to discuss simply because the things are developing so fast and have so huge impact to the IP community that we have to talk about that. This is a live show, and to the audience who is more often with us, they know that you are invited to chat with us in the LinkedIn chat to this live talk. And whenever possible, I will pick your questions or your comments up and discuss that with our guest today. Our guest today is Daniel Holzner. And Daniel is CEO at ABP Patent Network, and we had already the honor that he was with us. That's a time ago. And we talked about AI-based tools, AI supported innovation and invention processes. And now the things developed very fast and very substantial. And so this is our first guest, who is the second time with us. Hello, Daniel. Thank you very much that you take the time. Daniel, to my guests, I always ask the same question. In your case, I would say some of you already know that because you're the second time here. But tell us a little bit, how did you came into this strange field of intellectual property?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me again. So it's an honor and a pleasure to be the second time in this live talk. Yeah, how did I get into this IP field? So more than 10 years ago, I joined the company ABP Patent Network, which was founded in the 1978 in the origin, and the company itself is focused on all these patent searches, patent engineering, and all patent support and services on the market. And more than 11 years ago, I joined the company, especially for the software product which we're offering. You see in the background UP2IP, it's the brand of our software product. And therefore, I was responsible for the product management, bringing the project itself to the market, building up the brand itself, and further or improving the solution over years, and now with some artificial intelligence improvements over the last 18 months. So that was how I came into this patent field, and for me, it's a long time ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Daniel. So one question is, why the so which
I'm not sure, Alex, if I have some troubles with my network, but you were some
okay.
you were a little bit
So
like
the question is,
stopped in your question. Maybe you can come back
yes,
again with
I
the
will.
question.
Yes, of course. The question is, what happens? What is so urgent? What is so important also for the community that
Yeah.
we talk in that relatively short time again about UP2IP and about especially AI in the invention process?
Yeah, over the last, I would say, 6 to 12 months, we are in an age of the second time or the second age after the first AI hype. So what is happening on the market is that we are honestly, we are in the AI time, fully integrated. What does it mean from my perspective? So artificial intelligence is included in nearly every application for this consumer, especially for when you think of Google, when you think of ChatGPT, Amazon, and so on. So nearly every application is integrated with artificial intelligence, and that's also that's also the point where the companies, especially large companies, decided to use this quantized situation, especially quantized models. What does quantized mean for the audience? Quantized mean that you use models like Gemma or Mistral AI, Pixtral, and so on in a quantized size, which can be used for a very good and very feasible way, and can be integrated on a safe in a safe and a trustworthy way. For example, in companies in their IT infrastructure. So we are facing more or less a new age regarding this quantized model. So we have on the one hand the big players. The big players are focusing on serving the whole world. I would say they want to serve the search in the internet, the search, and also the assistance for all the daily stuff. And we are also facing these quantized models, which can be tuned, prompt, engineered, whatever, especially for special cases or specifically used applications. And that's the point where we started for 12 months ago, and we made tremendous progress in this part. So what does it mean? We integrated on the one hand a search for big data analysis in the patent fields, which was part of the discussion last time. But we also used the knowledge and the capabilities of these models to also integrate into IP management software solutions. At the end of the day, in an application where IP is managed in a way or administrated in a way, we integrated artificial intelligence, simple mentioned prompting to assist the daily work of any participant in this software and any user.
Got you. So it means it's a kind of, let's say, I had that yesterday, but I mean, it's a kind of democratization, right? So more and more people can get access to the tools, and they become easier and more broad in the functionality. So just for the ones who have not seen that, we have already a wonderful case study about. So this is a case study which we use in the master program for IP law and management with the European Patent Office and at SAPI. And it is about the application. You see here the picture, which you will see a little bit later again when we go into the practice. But we have already done that. Burger presented that last summer in June in the master program, and showed the power of that tool. And that is, meanwhile, so to speak, not the latest data. So now it is much easier, much more powerful, and can especially be used in much more use cases. And that leads me to the first question. So obviously it's like mushrooms in autumn. So everywhere pops up a new IP management tool which has anyhow integrated AI. So so I would say you have the better overview than I have. So I'm overwhelmed with what's going on, and especially on a global scale. And what would you say? Which benefits does AI? So why is this blooming, grooming activity out there of integrating AI in that tool? So what are the benefits? Why is that such a heavy activity right now?
First of all, I want to say that I'm fully convinced that AI is changing the way how we work. So we have to concentrate on processes where we do maybe not fully find out where the information come from, because large language models are telling us very often much more information which we do not want at the end of the day, but they're telling us about because they know you could say they know the world knowledge in one model. So this is changing the way, but we have to deal with this information. And regarding every step or every day's business, we have to use these possibilities or opportunities to improve our way of doing every step in a process. What does it mean? For example, when we are talking about integrating one of the big players into a company and offering for a company internal AI chatbots to the employees or to a set of employees, you must be very. It is not easy to have full control about the information which is transferred into the model itself and how the information is used in the model for the future. That is not the part only for data privacy or so on. It is just models are always using data to improve themselves. Maybe not automatically, but very often later on in a step where you want to improve some steps. So we are facing on the in companies. Nearly every company has any kind of solution, like using the Copilot in a way, using ChatGPT, but always they have some rules for using these tools, because they do not want to improve the tools with the internal information. And regarding IP management software solutions, you have to think of the crown jewels. Depending on inventions, maybe you have the information of a new product in an early stage in the system. It is ridiculous to use ChatGPT for any kind of stuff regarding this information, because you do not want to publish this information anyway. And we are talking not about a publication in a newspaper. We are talking about any kind of publication. And this quantized solutions and models offers a lot of possibilities within the own IT infrastructure, and therefore in a safe environment.
Okay, got you. So that explains a little bit why we see this growth of activities everywhere from different sides. Also, we had yesterday at the German Patent Office a big event about AI in the patent system. So obviously, this is a big effect and not something which we can simply push aside. So
Alex, I want to add one information. I'm
yes,
not sure if all of the providers which are the new mushrooms on the market are using this safe environments. I would rather see that they use the public available APIs for engineering with prompt, for engineering the prompts and so on. And the outcome is at the end of the day is good, but you have the safe part, which is at the end of the day, I'm not sure if it is safe to use an API.
Absolutely, we have to be. No, that's completely different thing. I don't want to say anything about pros and cons. I just realized that lots of activities are there, and that it becomes a more and more dominating effect when even the officers see that. And the characteristic you mentioned, the question of the privacy, is we talked about that with Robert Plotkin and Bastian Best also when it comes to patent drafting and AI 3 weeks ago. And everybody in the patent system should have that understanding that it is absolutely crucial to understand where the data lie, and how to make cybersecurity and privacy safe. Of course. What I would like to understand from you, as you are the expert here, and what I see is that obviously AI makes searches in databases in big data amounts of data much easier, but also create certain data protection challenges, obviously. So when we talk about data protection, how can private data centers help? I mean, that sounds like a big solution, right? How can that help when we try to prevent the leakage of data to the internet, for example, or to public? So what can be done here, and also what is your approach to that to make that for companies safe?
Yeah. Our approach. I want to start with our approach. We decided to fully have the hardware itself in our data center integrated, so that we have the environment in a so we have a safe environment regarding this integration into our IP management software solution and all the other stuff. At the end of the day, with this new models and this quantized possibilities, we are facing a challenge. Nearly every MacBook Pro has the possibility to run a large language model in a way and in a quality which is, at the end of the day, not the quality which maybe offers ChatGPT or Gemini for sure, but the quality these models can offer is very, very good, especially when you use this all the all the possibilities to engineer and train these models a little bit into the role which you want, where you want to see them, you can say. And therefore private data centers, and we are not talking about huge data centers at the end of the day with this quantized models. We are talking about maybe having some 1, 2, 3 GPUs available in your own IT infrastructure with some classical CPU stuff and memory stuff, and you can run you could run models which improve all the processes and all the steps dramatically in terms of efficiency.
Okay. Okay. Got you. So that means when we say data center, it doesn't mean that there are huge buildings with cooling and huge infrastructure. It is simply that you take care that you have the calculation power in your hands, but at the end it is a server or a bigger computer with enough GPUs, 1, 2, 3, which makes that then happen, right?
Mm. That's fully correct. But especially it is a part of scalability when you want to have 100 users using this software in a parallel way.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to scale up the infrastructure
Of
as well.
course.
But for the usage of, I would say, for 10 to 50 users, it is not a very large data center which is necessary at the end of the day. And this is part of the trend which we are facing over the last month.
Yes, yes, got you. So I'm very interested to see something. You showed me last week some of your features and tools and use cases, and that would be for me now the most interesting part. So that could you introduce us to some use cases according to AI-based IP management applications?
Sure. Thank you for sharing my screen. So I prepared can you share my screen again? Thank you.
Yes.
I prepared some use cases where you will see, or the audience will see, our solution up to IP, and where safe AI capabilities could be used in this solution. So here you can see, and it's a little bit overscale. Just give me a second. Yeah, where we are standing here is that you have the chance to use prompting. What we see here is that we have different possibilities to use engineered prompts for different use cases. What we are talking about is there are some basic aspects like AI assisting translation, correcting some text regarding spelling, and so on. But there are also some very special applications or use cases, for example, like using some invention disclosure, which will be the next part, to use something like an invention disclosure to transform a text, and you will see that I will pass a text which was generated by AI regarding a rocket recovery system. And what you see is now live that the system uses all the information for creating an independent claim, 2 independent claims, dependent claims, and also offering the possibility, offering some IPC or CPC classes which may suit to this text or the transferred text into claims. So it took just some seconds to generate a text based on or claims and possible classes based on an invention disclosure. What we see next is that you can use this information for searching in all the more than 170 million patent publications. So you could also use this text. This is another use case to transform. That's the point. What we can see here is that we transform the text into a smaller number of claims, and I'm not sure why it is cut up a little bit. But you can use these capabilities to transform like the text of the invention disclosure into 4 claims. We have 1 independent claim and 3 dependent claims into the technical features, which is one of the main the main features of our search capabilities. And with that, we transformed, and I will stop again here. We transformed the invention disclosure into a fully searchable AI searchable base. And here you can see this is at the end of the day the semantic search part, which you can see here, can be used to find a lot of publications which are semantically similar with my invention disclosure. So as a next step, you will see I filled in also the IPC and CPC classes, which was given by the AI solution. And now the systems runs a search and bring back a lot of hits based on my invention disclosure. And it took just some minutes to transform the text in a safe environment into search results. And when you think of developing something like a search strategy in some classical toolings, you you have to invest much more time into finding out the strategy, what are the keywords, and so on. And it took just I don't know how long is the video at the moment, just 2 minutes and 30 seconds to find out similar documents based on 170 million patent publications.
Daniel, this is obviously quite impressive. The question which comes into my mind is it necessary that it is an invention disclosure, or
No.
can it be also other kind of documents?
We will come to this later on. Sure,
Okay.
it can be any kind of text at the end of the day. It can also be a document. We will see. It can also be a picture. Just go ahead, and I will show what is possible in that regard. So, just for this information, we can use like the hits of the search also to fully make a feature analysis automatically. What does it mean? So we selected 80 documents, and this AI features or the models are used to preparing a feature analysis in a very fast way. And we can also in this feature analysis, or it's possible to drill down. What does it mean? We are talking. A new trend is reasoning at the end of the day, and that's the preparation for reasoning in models. So what is necessary for reasoning is that the model, and also for the end user, you have to bring back the position, the text which can be similar, or which was found as a similar phrase in the documents. And this is the outcome. So we, in that regard, we only used different, and I have to pause here. We used only different AI possibilities to transform text into a search. But and as a next step, you will see that we go much further. So just a second ago, I copied an image in the background, and what you will see here is that I use, for example, this image, which is a pattern drawing, to let the model describe independent and dependent claims based on this image. Sure, this image does not show the full invention itself, but it's the possibility. We have the possibility with models to transform also pictures into claims. As a next step,
excuse me,
yeah.
Daniel, does that has to be a claim, or could it be? I mean, these claims could the next starting point for the next search procedure, right? So
Sure.
I'm using a sketch which was made in a discussion from an engineer, and then I use the scan or the photo of this sketch and to give it to the system and start the next search for similarities. But I transform it first in a text, and this text can be searched then.
Honestly, yes. We are talking about large language models, so we use language in that regard for searching. But we will see later on, not only for this searching approach, we can also, and I will start the video again. So what we can also do is that for sure not only use just one image, we can also, and you will see, I will fill 4 different images, and these are technical images. Sure, they are based on a patent application, but you can also combine different drawings, or you can also use your hand drawings made in a meeting or in a workshop to find out maybe some possible claims in that regard. But you will see, and that was your question, that must not be claims at the end of the day. But when we are talking about IP, we are very often thinking of this part with claims and how can be solutions claimed. Here you can see I fill the 4 pictures again, and I will now prompt something different. I will ask, so can you find out where possible innovations regarding these 4 pictures could be made. So we are now changing from this pattern part into the innovations inventing part, and we will see that I prompt that this should be described in a technical way, and we will see that the system is able to analyze the different images with some filtering the components in possible or potential innovation areas for these components, which can be identified in these pictures. And with that base, you will see that you can also go a step further. So you have something like a chat functionality where you can chat with this outcome. What does it mean? So we used pictures to, or we use pictures as an input and let the artificial intelligence cut out the relevant information like the parts, but we can also say, yeah, let's focus on the 3rd image, and what do you see there, and act like a patent attorney. And what the model is doing, that it uses the possibilities and tries to give me some key features which could be used for searching, for example, and also some potential patent claims which can be used further. So we are talking about some showcases. We are not talking about real cases, but what happens is that in some minutes we made different steps which can be used in any kind of IP solution or IP management processes. One specific part is also this coalition part. So you can also use, for example, different images and let the model do some analysis on coalitions and maybe possible solutions on coalitions. So what happens is that I will ask the model that can you identify collisions between these images, and what the outcome is some short analysis identifying possible collisions, and we will see at the end we will get some alternative solutions back. We are just talking about a showcase, but when you think of providing maybe your own patent application and also a picture from a product of your competitor, that could be also used to identify where possible collisions, where can be alternatives, and so on. And at the end, you can use these possibilities of AI, and I will go back just some seconds. You can use it for checking non-disclosure agreements. You can use it for terms and conditions, also in the trademark field. So these models are very, very useful and very, very powerful with all the knowledge they include. And the last sentence. This is all the stuff, all the different features. What I've shown run in their own data center. So we do not use any API to any big player on the market regarding this artificial intelligence applications.
Yeah. I mean, that makes totally sense to on the background, which we already talked about. I mean, what we see here, so at least to my understanding, is really a complete change how we approach use cases, how the work, the processes, not just in IP departments. I mean, this is obviously first, maybe first dedicated to IP departments, but because they are typically the ones who work with IP. But many of these examples and possibilities which you showed, I could also imagine that they can be integrated in development processes, and especially in early phases of development processes, that you have, so to speak, your partner, your butler, your patent butler, always with you, to make sure that whatever comes out on your development, it is on the one hand patentable, on the other hand free of third-party rights. So this vision, which we all already had for many years, the role of patent information, what patent information should do for the people, but unfortunately, it was always a huge amount of time, huge amount of effort, of investment, which was necessary when you change your development and you go round and round and need the next patent information. It simply could be done, but it is impossible to do it in reality. And what you showed here to me is that kind of game changer. So is my understanding right here?
So what I showed is just an integration in IP management software solution. In that regard, you can use this, and that's my I'm fully satisfied, and I'm fully in this idea that you should use AI in your own IT infrastructure to integrate your own data, maybe some project documentation, product development documentation, and to go into this information with AI. What is at the end of the day reduce a lot of searching effort at the end, in the first stage, but also could be used to find out maybe what is the best temperature for producing the surface or something like that. AI can find out possible new solutions, can use the existing data to find out what is the best outcome of all the information which is available, and that is where we are going in the next years and hopefully months, because this is the game changer on the market. And I fully agree with you that IP is just a part, but we are talking about a business, all the business processes in a company which can be supported in very efficient ways with artificial intelligence. But and that's the point. At the end of the day, we have to transform our work a little bit, because we gain a lot of time when searching information, but we have to invest this time to make the best out of it and to be competitive on the as Europe in comparison with other companies and other countries all over the world. We have to use this not only for the micro perspective, but also for the macro perspective.
Okay, got you. I mean, so the first thing is that are unbelievable possibilities. The next step is that the process how with IP is worked will be changed with this difference. I mean, for me, it is a bit like this this spell checking. So that was in the early days of when you had Word, and then the word processor started to tell you, so this is this word is wrong. Yeah, so it starts in English, and then you had it in German and all the other languages. For me, German was really a game changer, and then the next level was grammatically improvement. And then today you can, I mean, you just have a chat and get your text. Yeah, so go out of the loop, honey. So that's to a certain extent the message from the LLMs when it is about text generation. And it started with that spelling and with correction of text. And today the way how text-based information is generated is completely changing. And my impression is, when I see that what you showed us today, is that this will change the processes, but especially the adressates, the people who can work with IP. I mean, that is the dream of the IP world, to go out of the IP world, because the users of the IP are not the IP world. And that what you showed us is a route, a direction, which a forecast how IP can be used from decision makers who are really affected of IP, but so far had no access to IP, no factual access.
Yeah, that's fully correct, and also in my point of view. So this could be an enabler for employees which are not firm in pens, to make this your ideas and maybe also inventions, but at the beginning ideas, to use this AI capabilities to have also a focus on this IP stuff, and it can at the end of the day change the way not only how we use IP in that regard, but also how early IP could be integrated in the development process itself, and that's also a game changer regarding this the business process, which is necessary in nearly every company. And maybe it will be very worthy for any company to have an early input with AI and also with IP in that regard, in developing products or services.
Yeah, I got you. That leads me to a question. So what is with the technology? So are you anyhow restricted, or does it work for some technologies better than for others? So on Monday I had a training, an AI application training with a Swiss company, and the CTO said, "Naya, typically our invention process starts with a sketch as an output of a meeting." And I would say they make electrical engines, and my impression is that this is something which is definitely covered with your technology and with your solution here. But do you have different experiences with different kind of technologies?
Sure. There are not only technologies. Sure, we're also talking about multilingual possibilities. So we are talking about the possibility to use more than 100 different languages in large language models. So this is one part. But also regarding the technologies and maybe the field of the development field, it makes a difference which models could be used and which are better. Maybe one is better than the other. That's the point where all the different providers, providing different models in an open sourced possibility for us, because we have to find out, and this is part of the game. You have to find out what is good and what suits your requirements best regarding the models itself. So we are not talking about a ready-made solution. You just pick one model out and say, "Oh, it's perfect." Yeah, it is part of a project to find out what kind of model or which type of model or which model itself is better for my purpose, maybe than the other one.
Okay, got you. So, and I would assume that you can help the companies or users of the IP system to find out what is the best way, how to interact, how to set such a system up, right?
Yes, but not at the end of the day, not only in the IP field. So what we have done is that we made a lot of documents, patent publications available for AI possibilities, and this could be done for any kind of document which is readable. And we, maybe some of us or some of the audience know that, for example, Mistral offered an OCR model which can perfectly read documents on an OCR base. So it can be done for every document, and with our knowledge, we are definitely ready to make these possibilities also available for product documentations and so on, which at the end of the day must not only be integrated in the IP management software solution, but it's the same technology, and it doesn't matter what's the interface at the end of the day, but we can prepare that.
Got you. So for the moment, thank you very much. I would say when whoever is interested, we are happy to give the contact, but you are already on the platform. You have your own Dplex page already. I just want to make sure that I have noticed that some of the audience do not know that we have already a podcast on the platform. So here, for example, the latest show is from with about IP and smart cities. So in 4 weeks, LASI will be in Singapore, and we support that here with a special featured episode. And so we have many episodes which are available meanwhile. And of course, all are invited to check our letters, which is the newest platform with information coming directly from our international partners with which we create content, and especially programs, training programs. And with the industry insights, research nuggets, you have all the information on your hand. And there you find, as I said, also the solution from Daniel Holzner. So thank you very much for the moment, for being with us. And to the audience, I wish you a great Wednesday evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.